Welcome back, tech enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of 5 Bestones. Today, we're diving deep into the future of gaming and graphics. It's 2024 and the GPU market is on fire with innovation. If you're a gamer, content creator, or just a tech aficionado, you won't want to miss this. We're about to unveil the best GPUs of 2024 that will redefine your gaming and creative experiences. So let's jump right into it. So let's get started. Number 5. Radeon RX 7600. The Radeon RX 7600 and its Navi 33 GPU have largely replaced the previous generation Navi 23 parts, although with a few added functions. For around $20 more, you get slightly quicker performance than the RX 6650 XT, while utilizing about 20 less power. Superior ad performance, if that matters, AV1 encoding and decoding hardware, and DisplayPort 2.1 UHBR 13.5 outputs are among the goodies. Since the RX 7600 debuted, prices have dropped by roughly $20. However, prior generation RX 6600 class GPUs have largely stayed pace. The specifications are also similar, including the same 8GB GDDR6 and 128-bit memory interface. Both the 6650 XT and RX 7600 have 18 GB RAM, therefore bandwidth remains constant. Across our 15-game test suite, the RX 7600 outscored the RX 6650 XT by 4% at 1080 and 1% at 1440 extreme. There's basically no discernible difference, though there are a few outliers. Metro Exodus Enhanced performed far better on the 7600, whereas Forza Horizon 5 performed significantly worse. However, newer drivers may have altered those results. There is no direct NVIDIA competition in terms of price. The RTX 4060. Number 4. Intel Arc 770. The Intel Arc 770 is one of those graphics cards that many of us have hoped would succeed, if only to add some competition to the AMD versus NVIDIA duopoly that we've all been dealing with for the better part of a decade. Fortunately, the 770 is a fantastic graphics card on its own, and it's much better because of its competitive pricing. I'm still finishing up my Intel Arc 770 review, which is long overdue, but I've thoroughly tested this card and can finally report that it's come a long way from the troubles I had with the Intel Arc 750, which was plagued by a number of driver issues that really held that card back. After eventually getting around to the 770 a few months later, Intel looks to have moved mountains to improve the stability, compatibility, and performance of its Arc cards, and I can confidently declare that the 770's performance was a nice surprise. To be clear, is not on par with the greatest AMD graphics cards, let alone the best from Team Green. However, it can compete with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 Ti at times, particularly in terms of ray tracing and hardware upscaling performance, allowing the Arc 770 to go where the RTX 4060 Ti cannot, notably 4K gaming. When gaming at 4K, the 770 averaged around 35 frames per second apps, with a minimum /1% overall average of 26 steps. That's not great, but it's playable, especially if you're prepared to make some configuration changes to improve performance. There are still some brewing pains with this card, particularly with older DirectX 9 and DirectX 10. Number 3. Asus ROG Strix RTX 4070. When NVIDIA released the GeForce RTX 4070 in April, we got some clarification on how it compares to the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti, which was released in January. When comparing the 1440 in-game performance of the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Founders Edition to the ASUS ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4070 Ti reviewed here, we can see that the latter offers a 24% boost, which is undeniably significant, but the difference in MSRP, USD 599 versus USD 799, accounts for some of it. The Ada Lovelace generation GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs are designed on a cutting-edge manufacturing node, using and extending all of the innovations in AI and hardware-based ray tracing that NVIDIA helped make mainstream with the GeForce RTX 30 series. The GeForce RTX 40 series, named after mathematician Ada Lovelace, who is widely regarded as the world's first computer programmer, is constructed on TSMC 4 and manufacturing technology, which is a significant improvement over the Samsung 8nm process used in the GeForce RTX 30 series Ampere generation. In terms of raw figures, the entire NVIDIA Ada GPU has 76.3 billion transistors, up to 18,432 CUDA cores, 70% more than the previous generation, and provides clock speeds of over 2.5 GHz while requiring the same power as the GeForce RTX 3090 Ti. Ada also delivers the latest version of RT and Tensor cores, a latter of which provides brand new hardware responsible for the next iteration of AI rendering, DLSS 3. One of the reasons why sheer power is no longer the be-all and end-all is NVIDIA's DLSS, or Deep Learning Supersampling. It's an AI-based kind of upscaling that can deliver a significant boost to in-game performance without sacrificing visual integrity. Indeed, in some circumstances, it can outperform native rendering. With a 3.15 slot thickness and overall dimensions of 336 x 150 x 63 mm, the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4070 Ti maintains the trend of high-end GPUs being larger than what you find back in the day. However, the ROG Strix design stands out in terms of look and first impression. This GPU is best described as looking like an all-in-one PC, console, laptop, or handheld gaming device. The die-cast shroud, frame, and backplate not only encapsulate the PCB and GPU's inner workings, but also create a cohesive look that is bold, sleek, and extremely ROG in its use of RGB lighting. High-end GPUs in 2023, like as the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4070 Ti, make little sense for 1080p gaming due to CPU resolution. And number 2. Radeon RX 7900 XTX. The Red Team King is no longer alive. Long live the Red Team King. AMD's Radeon RX 7900 XTX is the company's fastest graphics card, and it ranks towards the top of the lists with a generational price increase to match. Officially priced at $999, the most affordable variants now start around $950, and supply has finally caught up to demand. The 7900 XTX is in high demand for good reason, since it features AMD's newest RDNA 3 architecture. This gives the 7900 XTX much higher compute power, as well as 33% more memory and bandwidth. When compared to the RX 6950 XT, the new GPU is 40% quicker at 4K, 30% faster at 1440p, and only 24% faster at 1080. It also provides that performance gain without significantly affecting power consumption or graphics card size. AMD remains a viable option for anyone who isn't concerned with ray tracing, and when you consider the enormous impact to speed for typically minor benefits in image fidelity, we can see why. Still, the number of games that support RT is growing, and the majority of those also support. Number 1. Asus ROG Strix RTX 4090. The ROG Strix 4090 GeForce RTX 4090 is designed exclusively for this user group. It introduced NVIDIA's Ada Lovelace architecture and remains NVIDIA's most formidable product, possibly holding its position until 2025, when the next generation of GPUs is expected. The RTX 4090 has a significant advantage over its nearest NVIDIA GPU competitor. It outperforms the RTX 4080 by 35% across all of our gaming benchmarks. Furthermore, it outperforms AMD's top-performing RX 7900 XTX by 51%, albeit at a cost premium of almost 60%. Let's be clear about one thing. A high refresh rate 4K display is required to fully unleash the RTX 4090's capabilities. Even while playing taxing DXR games at 1440p, its advantage over the RTX 4080 drops to 23%, and at 1080p it drops to 13%. In the case of the RX 7900 XTX, the advantage is reduced to 24% at 1080p. As a result, not only will a high-resolution, high-refresh rate monitor be required, but you'll also need the fastest CPU available to properly use the RTX 4090's capabilities. Aside from gaming, the RTX 4090 shines in professional content creation workloads such as Blender, Octane, and V-Ray, with up to a 45% speed gain over the RTX 4080. When it comes to Blender, it outperforms the RX 7900 XTX by more than 3 times. It truly shines in artificial intelligence tasks. In Stable Diffusion testing, the RTX 4090 outperforms the 7900 XTX, giving nearly 4 times the speed for 512 x 512 images and nearly 7 times for 768 images. NVIDIA's GPUs are well regarded for handling a wide range of content creation applications, though it's worth noting that improved performance in specific apps, such as those in SPC ViewPerf, is reserved for NVIDIA's true professional cards, such as the RTX 6048GB. While AMD's RDNA 3 Ada Lovelace solution may offer superior value, especially for raster. So guys, that concludes our top 5 best GPU of 2024 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.